Welcome back to New to Medical Device Sales. I am your host, Jacob McLaughlin, and we are coming for a round two today. If you guys have listened to the previous podcast, I came off like the Scrooge, Mr. Grouchy. Just tips to you guys, probably don't record a podcast after you worked like a 13-hour day, had been running around and woke up at 4 a.m. running on like 5.5 hours of sleep. Might not get the most positive outcome. So we're here redoing it. That's why it's coming to you guys maybe a little later if you guys were looking for it, because I saw 40 of you already listen to Cranky Jacob. Yeah, let's change that. I'm trying not to give anyone else negativity. Again, I'm all about being real, but I listened to that and it really rubbed me the wrong way of just like how I came off. I left that podcast being kind of like, I didn't like that. And then I was traveling. I've been nonstop traveling for the last couple of weeks. And this is my first chance to kind of get it. Hopefully the microphone's okay. I was having some trouble with it. This is quote unquote take 3, because then I realized something wasn't plugged in on my microphone and now it is. So hopefully this comes out better. But I just wanted to do that. But I just wanted to say good morning from Florida. Here we are with my boy Austin that's been on the podcast, staying with him for a couple of days. Had some exciting opportunities out here. I will be going into detail with you guys because I should be having some conversations here in the next couple of days. And so I will keep you guys updated because we'll see where it goes. I'll leave it at that. But if you guys are watching, press that like and subscribe button. A 5-star review helps us grow this channel. So I appreciate you guys on that. And then I did just want to touch on the course. I just wanted to touch on that. It's been a lot of fun. We just had our first person get hired, which is great. We've had 2 people who just started with us 2 weeks ago. They had literally zero knowing about medical device sales, had no connections. They both have 2 interviews going on right now, which is just awesome. Have somebody who just started. Again, they didn't know anything about medical device sales, already have set up meetings with people in med device sales to get that role going. And then 2 other people that are going through the interview process. One person that I know is going to be getting a call that they're going to be very happy about. Luckily, I have some insider trading stuff, aka I know reps in the industry. I know people going through the process and making some calls and stuff like that. So that's been fun. I know that offer is going to be coming, so that's cool. And then also just to know that I have some connections too for some people that might work out. So it's at least going to be an interview that's guaranteed. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to talk about, that's what's exciting about the course. I love being able to see the success of you guys and seeing all of it happening for everybody. And just to be a part of it again, like it's just an exciting time. I love it. It's fun because again, it's about helping people. And that's what my goal is. That's why I started picking this up 2 years ago. I just wanted to help people. So it's fun for me to see. And I just wanted to say, if you guys are interested, the link is in the description. It's my course, but also just saying that let's set up a Zoom call if you are interested, because I don't let just anyone just purchase it, right? I don't let anyone just come into our group and join our group, because I want to make sure it's a good fit. I'm not just trying to get people who think you can pay money and you got a job, because that's unrealistic. That's not real life. It's, I'm going to show you the steps to get the job offers from the top companies. I will, because I've done it and I've helped over 350 people do it. And I've got this to a T. And also for myself, I want you guys to know it's not like I just say this. I practice what I preach. And again, we'll go in more detail a little later on that one, I think. But again, we'll talk about that another time. But I just wanted to go into it. So if you guys are interested, reach out to me on LinkedIn at Jacob McLaughlin. If it's weird, it's been weird. Sometimes it is. Just connect with me and then shoot me a message after we connect. I literally connect with everybody. And then Instagram, New to Medical Device Sales, shoot me a DM. Happy to set up a Zoom call with you guys. Go over any questions that you might have. If you're going to do that though, please just be serious about the course, because I've been having some people who do that, but then they just want to talk and they're like, I just want free information. I'm never interested in your course. And that's okay. I totally understand that. But also for me, then don't try to schedule a Zoom call for the fact of I can just do that over the phone. I can do that while I'm driving. I can have those conversations. But if you guys are interested in that course, I set up a Zoom call because I want to make sure it's a good fit. I make sure that I'm in my office, that I can be personal. We can have a Zoom conversation talk, but I want to make sure that, I can answer any questions. So if you guys are interested, please feel free to reach out. But also I want you guys to know when I do that, I don't accept everybody. Like I mentioned, I want to make sure it's a good fit for us, for the community that I'm building, that I'm bringing in. So I want to do that. And lastly, I'm getting those t-shirts put on. Austin's going to help me. The reason he's helping me is I have who I was going for before just had some trouble. So we're going to go through a third party. He's going to help me set that all up, get it on the website so people can get those I Broke In t-shirts. Because I got some of those to send out to people over the last couple of weeks, which has been, it's always fun. I love it. When I'm grabbing those, it's just like, it's so much fun getting those addresses, sending them out. It's a blast to me because accomplished. The mission's accomplished and people worked hard and I know how hard they worked. And that's just my little congratulations, because I wish somebody would have just been like, that's why when people reach out and they're like, hey, I broke in, I try to get on the phone call with them and just say congratulations, because I know how hard it is. I know nobody understands the hours, the roller coaster, everything that you guys are doing. Nobody gets that. You tell them you break in and mom and dad or like, you know, somebody else was, or a neighbor's like, hey, good job. Awesome. Cool. But they don't get it. And I do. So I just want to make sure to celebrate that win with you guys, because no matter who you get with and just breaking into this world it's amazing. I just want to congratulate you guys. So again, I could talk about this on all day, but the reason I'm redoing this podcast, because Mr. Cranky Jacob doesn't do any good for anybody in the world, not even himself. So I probably just hurt myself when I saw 40 people watched it this morning. It was up for like, I think 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And those 40 people are going to be like, man, that guy's a jerk. And I don't know if I want to ever talk to him again. So you get what you get and don't throw a fit, my mom used to say, but I'm going to try to make it right. So here we are. Round 2, and actually with microphone round 3, but we're getting you a podcast. It's a little later than it should be, but I apologize on that aspect. But if it's the people who are listening after Friday morning release date, hopefully it's a little higher energy feedback. So the reason I wanted to say this is going to be titled How to Guarantee You Get a Job in Medical Device Sales. And so the reason I made this is the last week I've talked to a lot of people that they just don't come prepared. They're very lazy. And it's just like, it's frustrating for me because again, I am such a go-getter. And like, if you guys listened to that first podcast, you heard my frustration. You heard that I'm like just over it, that I'm just like, I was almost like mad because I'm just like, I don't relate with people that want to do the bare minimum and just not do good, I guess is the nice way to say it. And that I just don't understand it. It's never going to be my life, and that's okay. I don't have to understand it. But the thing I'll just say is, you know, I have had several people reach out to me wanting to break into this world, but they don't even like look me up. I tell you guys to please listen to a couple episodes. They'll listen to literally like half of one and then they reach out. And this is the thing. I'm not saying this because I'm some great thing. I'm not saying this because I want you to know my name. It's not about that. What I'm trying to teach you guys is you got to come prepared with people. And so like, if you're just doing that to me, I know you're going to reach out to 10 other reps. You're not going to have any good questions. You're not going to come prepared. You're going to sound horrible on the phone. You're going to come off really lazy and bad. And that's the reason when you guys say I reach out to a bunch of reps and a lot of them don't get back to me. That's why it's a waste of our time. People who don't come prepared, it's a waste of my time. People who have good questions, waste of my time, because guess what? You could have done a simple Google search, got that answer, or it's why I put out over 103 episodes for you guys to go listen to on your own time. And guess what? If you listen to those episodes and you come prepared, guess what? You've probably already had success if you're doing what I'm telling you to do. And then I can help you right in where you're at, right? I can help you in the situation. Maybe you got 3 interviews going on, or you got 2 people you're talking to, or you're sending out a lot of messages, but this didn't work. Maybe we can improve some messaging, right? I'm trying to help you guys in your specific spot. But when you come and you're like, so who do you work for? Yeah, how long have you done this? Like, that just tells me you're so unprepared. And it's like, hey guys, I'm sorry. It's not, let's cut our quits, go listen to the podcast, cool. And that's what it is, because I'm like, I've answered all this a million times. Go to the podcast, listen to it, and then good luck. Because as I've talked to you guys, I get over over 100 calls a day. Not a day, that'd be crazy. A week, not a week, a month. It's early here in Florida. All right, jeez. But yes, so I get on over 100 calls a month. I would say there's probably sometimes it's close to a week. There's been a couple days I've done 17 to 20 calls, and I'm doing it almost every single day. I'm getting on calls, so there could be those times I'm almost at 100 a week. But I just want you guys to know, like, I'm always happy to come on and get on it, but I want you guys to come prepared. But then it's always like, hey, can I keep you in the loop? And again, with some of the people that are really serious, 100%, I'm texting them, right? I'm making sure, because I see it in them. But also, like, there's people who would just be like, hey, can I keep into contact? I'm like, hey, I'll be honest, like, I get on one phone call and that's usually it, because like I said, I talk to hundreds of people a month, which is, again, I'm very fortunate, I'm glad, but it's like, I can't have the same conversation for 40 minutes 4 times. It's not a beneficial time for me. And then also, you know, like, I had a conversation yesterday with what I was doing for work. And it's just like, people are like, how do you have a life? You know, like, I'm working a full-time position. That's not easy. I'm running 2 states by myself in my own territory. I still personal train a little bit on the side. I do podcasts with Pierre and other people every week. I make these podcasts. You know, I do all my own social media. The list just goes on, and I try to be as focused as I can, but there's also those times where I'm just like, I need to shut off my phone. I need nothing. I don't want to talk to anybody, and I just got to chill, right? And so going into that, but I'm rambling on. We're 10.5 minutes, and I haven't even said what we're doing here, right? So again, that podcast, this one's going to be titled How to Guarantee You Got a Job. But the last thing I just wanted to say is what triggered this. It was, again, I got people who have reached out going off that, that have just been lazy. I had a person reach out to me this last week, and they said that they wanted to connect with me because they wanted a personal guarantee that they would have a connection, or they wanted a connection that would give them a personal guarantee that they would guarantee a job. And you guys know how I would probably react and how I felt. And we had a very grown-up discussion for the fact of, I said, that's the lazy, I straight up said, that's the lazy and worst answer that I've ever received. Because that just shows me that you are not a go-getter, that you want to do the bare minimum, that you're just going to sit there and like, woe is me, I just want this, oh, nobody gave me my way, and they're going to pout, right? And I straight up said that, like, that's the thing that, like, it drove me. But this is the thing, we had a great talk, we had a good adult conversation, and I'm hoping that person came away with it with a positive of like, dang, maybe I need to get my crap together, and maybe I need to stop playing this little card and actually work. I'm hoping that's what it is. Otherwise, like, I joke around with my roommates, like, I left that conversation, I just like shook my head, and I'm like, 2 things are going to happen. That person's either going to say I'm the biggest jerk in the world and hate me, or what I'm hoping is they're like, dang, I was looking at things really wrong. I need to do a reality check. And then they can go after their dreams and do stuff that's going to help them get prepared and get into this industry. Because 2 things are going to happen. Like I said, it's either going to be, woe is me, that guy's a jerk, like he sucks. Or it's going to be like, wow, like, I was being incredibly lazy. I wasn't thinking through things. I didn't come prepared. I'm wanting to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I can't get off my butt to like even like Google stuff, right? And like, that's what I'm hoping puts the fire under that person's butt. Because again, they're probably listening to this podcast right now, and I hope this does fire you up, because I'm trying to get people hired. Again, I say this all the time. I want to be as nice as I can to you guys, but I don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm not going to like, we live in a world that everyone's like, yeah, you're doing great when you suck. We give participation trophies because you got last place. Like, what the heck? And we wonder why there's self-esteem issues, right? Like, I'm a very type A personality, as you guys can tell. And like, I'll just be straight up. One of my sayings I tell people, don't suck. Pretty simple. Man, it's harsh. It is harsh, but it is simple. And it tells you everything you need to know. So, in high school, I always used to be like, oh, I play sports, and you beat someone, I'll be like, sucks to suck, right? Because it does. It sucks to suck at something. It sucks to suck at life, especially. So if you don't like where you're at, get better. That's my advice. I know most people are listening to this and be like, well, that's an idiot answer. But that idiot answer has got me to do some things that I probably wouldn't have done if I didn't just think about it. So hopefully, there's your motivation today. Don't suck, because if you do, it sucks to suck. All right. My God, we're getting really off topic now. Here we go. How to guarantee you'll get a job in medical device sales. Number 1, half in. Don't be half in. So going into, be all in. That's what I wanted to talk about. Be all in when you're going into medical device sales. That's those calls that I've been having on with people. I got on 3 calls with people this last week that literally said, I'm going to kind of see what happens. I'm going to shoot out some messages and see if I can get a job. And my talk with them, was like, if you go that way, I guarantee you, I can promise you that you will never even get a call back. Because, so let me tell you why. While you're sitting there waiting to just see what happens, let the world happen to you, my people that I'm teaching and the people that are listening to this podcast are crushing it, because it's all they want. They're going to do everything they can to get in. That's what's going to happen. Reality, straight up. And those people are going to crush the people that are waiting, right? This is an analogy I tell people, and I love it. So I use it too much, and people tell me to shut up, but this is what it is. Most people go through not just like what they're trying to do with a goal in life, but they go through life, just actual life. I'll be like, hey, what do you want out of life? I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. And my equivalent, and I say to them, is that's the equivalence of being in a small little rowboat in the ocean, and you're just getting smashed. And guess what? If you don't have anywhere that you know that you're going, there's going to be a storm that comes and you're going to hit by it. Giant waves, you're dead. Like you will die in a little rowboat in the ocean eventually. Like it will just be one day, no more, right? But if you have a direction that you're going, if you have a goal that you know where you're going to, it's going to let you get there. So for example, you might know that coast is 100 or the land is 100 miles that way. And that's a long journey, and dang, that sucks. But guess what? You have the direction, and you're going to start working that way. And every single paddle that you're getting a little bit closer, and you're going to hit some waves. You're going to get big storms that push you back a little bit. But guess what? If you have the direction, you know that it's where it's going. Compared to you just get thrown around. Life's going to come and hit you in the face, and it's going to take you to some stuff. So I have to take this call because we'll talk about it after the podcast. So just a second. Sorry about that, guys. So I had to jump off because that was a very exciting call. We are going to have a whole podcast about that call, what just happened. But I just want to sit here while I'm telling you guys, I don't just say stuff. I practice what I preach. I know how to get job offers in medical device sales is all I'm going to say. And so I'm really excited about what just happened. Like I said, you're going to see a whole vlog about it, and we're going to have a whole podcast about what just that call was. So I'm excited to bring that to you guys. So as you guys can tell in my voice, I'm just so excited. I'm a little shook right now because it's something when you work really hard and you put your mind to something where you can get to. And so again, we'll talk about that on another podcast, but let's get back to this podcast that actually matters for you guys. So number one is you can't be just half in, you got to be all in. It's got to be everything that you want, because again, the people who just want it more are going to work harder. They're going to do the things, they're going to do the stuff that nobody else will do, because it's not about just the money. It's not about, it's what they want to do for the rest of their life. And I say that because there's too many people, like we talked about earlier, that are just like, hey, I want to see what happens. I'm going to see if it works out, if it's a good fit. And I'm telling you, that's never going to work. It's never going to be the best opportunity for you, because the people who are going to work harder and go find stuff, because this is the last point I wanted to put on that for half in and all that. When you get put into a position, especially whether it's like a new job or you're in an existing job, and then they raise your quota by a lot, right? A lot of people will say it's just not possible. It's not there. But that's the job of the rep. That's your job, is to go find it, right? It's good to go make it possible. Go find that missing money. Go find who needs that most help, right? Same thing with what I'm in right now, is just that conversation of you just can't say you want it and then just hang out. It's got to be you're putting in the work. And so I always tell people, like, I got hired during the heart of COVID. I hear all the time, job freezes. Yeah, I know, I lived it. Everybody was on a job freeze when I was trying to come in. But I went and found the available jobs, right? And I did the work during that job freeze. So when they came off, I had 4 job offers right away, right? So it's what are you doing in that time to go all in? So again, how you're to get guaranteed, number one is just going all in, being all into. And what you guys are going to notice, these are not crazy things. Like, it's not like Jacob's saying anything crazy new. I'm telling you guys just normal stuff that I don't see from almost anybody. And it's just, this is what's going to make the difference. Number 2, work hard. Ooh. Could have heard that one before, right? You guys have heard me say it, but it's the truth. Like, I got on my Instagram the other day, is like, everyone tells me they want to make 6 figures. Everyone wants this world. And like, I just had a day where I worked from 6:45 when I left my house. So I was up before that, and I left, and I'm walking in my door at like 6:15. I still got to go work out. I still got to go do my day. But like, it was a full day. I think I drove over almost like 300 miles. Maybe it was 250. I stopped at 7 accounts. I had 5 surgeries. I had a couple cancel. I had some add on, like, it's a full day. So you guys just understand that you're going to work hard. And especially if you're coming in as an associate, it's the guarantee that you're going to work hard, because you don't know anything. You're going to learn all the stuff. And then also, like we've talked about, you're going to do what the other managers don't want to do. If they have trays they don't want to run, you're running them. If they got something to add on, you're doing it, right? Like, that's the thing. So you guys have to work hard, because I don't just say it so you guys can like, he's just saying that. Because no, I'm telling you, because especially if you guys want to get in, this advice I'm giving to you is how to be successful once you get in. Because it's not like we talked about, it's not good enough just to say I broke in. Like, that's not my lifestyle. I'm not just like, hey, I got in and that's it. Now I'm going to play the bottom. No, I'm like, I'm going to be the top. I'm going to be the best. Like, I'm going to try to be number 1 every single time. If I'm not number 1, I'm pissed off because I'm not number 1, and I'm going to try to do something about it. Like, that's just the mindset I have. And the reason I'm telling you guys that's the mindset you got to have, because guess what? You and me are going up against each other, right? Like, my goal is to crush you every single time. Not in a mean way, but like, if we go interview, sorry, buddy, like, it's mine. Sorry, girl. Like, it was fun meeting you. Watch me get the job offer. That's my mindset. There's that again, they're cocky, but there's also the confidence. And let me tell you why I come off more confident than not cocky, because I live it and I work it. You want to know why I can say, sorry, girl, sorry, guy, you're going to be sitting in the back while I get this job offer? Because I'm sitting looking at you and I said, I just put in 30 more hours than you ever even thought of. I called 100 more people than you could have. I put a business plan together than you didn't think of. I prepared a close that you didn't even think of. Like, it's those little things that are going to make you, and it's because I love it. I'm passionate. I'm all in, and I'm going to outwork anybody. And like I talk about, like, being a personal trainer, coming out here with no money, working 100 hours. Like, that was like one of my selling points. I was already working. I'm getting up at 4 a.m. every day and working till 9 p.m. I already worked hard. I already was working more than most reps and making less money. I was like, can you give me an opportunity to come and make the money? Like, bam, like it's crazy because of the call I just got. You know, it's like to look 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and like the offers I get now, it's awesome. It's like, and the opportunity just to earn. I'm like, come on. Like, if you're not like, again, it's not about money. And I've told you guys, it's not like money is just a tool and it doesn't give you, but like, if you're not somewhat motivated in money in sales, it's going to be tough. Because like for me, when I hear the opportunity to possibly make this much, I'm like, man, here we go. Like, you don't even know right now. Like, that's what gets me excited. And again, it's not, this is the thing I should say, because it's not about the actual money. Like, I can do whatever I want today. I can take any trip. I can buy whatever I would like. It's not about that. It's the goal. It's the challenge. And that's what you'll learn, especially a lot in business. It's the challenge, and people are just trying to solve the challenge and make that. And then that money comes with it. Like for me though, it's like, hey, can you, like, okay, I did what the top 10% did in like at 27. What am I going to be at 28? What am I going to be at 30? My goal is like, I'm trying to be in the 1% before I'm ever 30. I'm trying to be in the 1% by next year, right? Like, what are you doing for that? And when I say 1%, I just mean like financially, right? That's something that goes for me, but also like 1% person, right? Like, I say this, 1% of people, like, do you have abs, right? Okay, that's at 1%. Like, you heard Durant. Durant's an NFL guy. 1% gets it. His mindset. That's like, I still go back and listen to that podcast because I get so jacked because Durant just brought the heat. He doesn't mess around. There's a reason he's a top performer. There's a reason he made it to the NFL. There's a reason he's going to absolutely crush it. I'm going to have him back on this podcast when he's a President Club winner. I already know it's going to happen because, like we talk about, when you come in with that passion, you come in with that energy, you come in that you're going to crush the world in a good way, not in a bad way, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna give back, but I'm gonna do everything I can to be successful because that's just who I am to my core. That's when life will change. And I'll just say that one more thing with working hard. It's the bare minimum what you have to do. It's a non-negotiable. If you want to be in this world, you're gonna have to work hard. If you want to be successful, you're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to roll with some punches, but you got to be able to make sure that you can go. But the thing I'm telling you guys, it's my mindset is I don't understand people who just have anything. Like for me, if I'm starting to go that way, I'm like, I need to start looking for something new because that's not me. Like, and that's the last thing I want to put on this point is like, that's where I talk about the money. And I say 1 minute I'm like driven by it and the other minute it doesn't matter. Yes. And it is the truth, right? Like I mean what I say, but in the same respect, the money at the same point, I've told people, I know it doesn't matter because you could take everything away and I could have just a t-shirt on my back. I'm still going to be happy, and I'm going to go work out. I'll go back to working landscaping and working 14-hour days and making $12 an hour. If that's what I have to do to be successful, to get me into a point to be where I want to be. I'll do it. I'm not too humble to say that. I will do whatever it takes. I'll go work at McDonald's if that's what my only opportunity, if I lost every single thing. I will do that, right? And that's the thing. That's the difference. And I just talked to a girl yesterday. She's looking at getting in the course. And I said, this is why you're going to be successful. She has the experience to be a territory manager, but she's like, I'm okay with being the associate. And I said, that's why you're going to be successful. Because even though you know you could crush it at the higher level, you're not too good to be in that position. Compared to, I have a lot of you guys call me and you're like, have zero experience. And you're like, yeah, I want to be a territory manager because they make $200,000. I'm like, you don't even know from down. Like, what the heck? Come on, let's be realistic. But I say that because when for me, I tell people, like, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do it. I know I am. I'm just not giving myself the option. I'm just going to do it. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money. Because guess what? The money's going to come, but you could take it all away from me. I know I'm going to have it. It's why, like I tell you guys, and I say this to people, it's not about the money I make. You want to know what it is? It's when I get 10 DMs a day of people telling me I changed their life. It's when I get people sending me pictures of their engagement ring because I got them into a career that they are now able to go buy it in cash and go change their life. I do it because I have people who sometimes are like, I don't know if I was going to be here. But because of you and your motivation and your talk, that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. That's why I give back. That's why I bring the passion. It's not about the money. The money comes with any value you bring. What comes is I want to be able to impact people in their life. I want to be able to come and go. And with that, it's going to be working hard. But working hard, I'm just going to keep going after my passion and my drive. And my drive is to make an impact in people's lives. So whether that's medical device sales or that's just having a conversation, that's what I'm here on this earth to do. And nobody's ever going to beat me at it. Because guess what? I don't care about the money. I don't care about what other people think. I care about making that impact and having my best friend call me and say, hey man, I see how you live your life. I'm now ready to talk about your relationship with Christ. That is more than any dollars I'll ever get. That is what drives me. And so like when you guys see the passion in me and see where I'm going, that's why I'm different. It's not about anything else. I want to impact people's lives. Like I want to be a light in somebody's life. And that's why I'm redoing this whole podcast. I hate that I came off like a jerk in that last podcast. Hate it. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I got to redo it. I got to breathe the passion. So again, that's a total different rant, but like you guys can see it in me if you're watching on YouTube. Like this is what I live for. This is why I'm going to win, because I'm just not going to quit, because it's not about any of the financial, like I said, the financial stuff comes with it. It's not about all the success. It's what I'm meant to do, is help people and be able to do that. And there's a reason God gave me where I used to get yelled at and get in detention because I wouldn't shut up, and how I can now talk 1,000 miles and you have to slow it down because I'm too much sometimes, but like that I can communicate with people. And that's, you know, there's just a lot of things I go into, but at the bare minimum, you got to work hard and you got to be able to love it, because guess what? When I'm passionate, I'm going to outwork you all single day. It's why I've been traveling all over the United States. It's why I've worked 4 different jobs at the same time I'm working this job. When you're looking at everything that I'm doing, I'm still giving success in all of them. It's why I'm going to work harder, because I absolutely love it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And it doesn't matter if I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. I'm still going to get up and get my workout in. And I'm still going to go and crush everything, because it's just who I am. So let's put passion on the side of work hard, because I think that's what that moral was. But again, I just wanted to get that across to you guys, because when you hear me talk, that's who you got to think of. You're going up against me every single time. And guess what, baby? I'm going to rock your world. And if you're not ready for that, you better get ready. You better come and join the club, because that's what it should be. That's healthy competition. So I want you guys to think about that. It shouldn't be you get scared. One last thing I'll say, you want to know what the top performers are? And I'll just tell you my mindset. If I'm in last, like I came in and I was the last place, right? And people like look at me and they see like number 1. You know what most people are going to do? Oh, wow, that's scary. Oh my gosh, look at that experience. I'm like, mother, let's go. I'm going to take you all day. And guess what? If I get my butt whooped, I deserve it. I'm going to be pissed when I walk off the court, and I'm going to be like, how did I get whooped? What do I need to work on? And I'm going to come back, and next year I'm going to whoop you. Right? It's the continuing to grow. So I want to just put that. And then lastly, one thing I want to say, number 3, is just come prepared. This is such an undermined statement, but like, I just want to tell you guys, it's why I just got that job. I literally just got a call. I'm going into too much detail, but I just got a call. And they're like, because of how prepared you were, how you handled yourself in an interview, and that you had questions ready, but it's also like how I handled the whole situation and being able to be in person. It was a long interview, and we'll go into that process later. But just having that conversation of coming prepared, having questions, knowing that I watched the video about what products I was going on 100 times. To try to just have an understanding. I know I didn't know it because I'm not in it, but I'm going to try to understand it. You know, it's like doing all the research. I read so many articles. I looked on LinkedIn and looked at so many posts to get myself somewhat prepared. That's why I'm telling you guys. It's how you come prepared, because I'm telling you, when you get on a phone call with someone like myself or like other people, and you don't know where we work, you don't know what we do, you don't know how long we've been into it, you don't know. It's the simple things that you could have took a 10-second Google or LinkedIn check and you didn't do it. You didn't come prepared. It's good how you're going to run a surgery. You're going to show up to a surgery. If that's how you call me, you're going to show up to a surgery missing this stuff, and you're going to get yelled at, and that patient didn't get the best patient outcome because you didn't do your job. That's why I get passionate about it. It's coming prepared. It's the simple little things. Those 3 things: all in, work hard, come prepared. Those are 3 things that are in your controllable, and you will do that. And if you do that, you will be in the top 1%. I promise you, you'll get a job, because 99% of the people I'm talking to and I see in this world, they don't do that. So again, I could rant on this all day, but come prepared. Just do that. Do the little things. And I'm gonna end it here. As again, press that like and subscribe button and 5-star review. But I just want you guys to know, like, I'm so passionate. I could make this a 40-minute, 50-minute conversation. I can talk for 8 hours. My God, I don't shut up. But like the reason I'm telling you guys this is the difference. And the last thing I want to say is, with all that, work hard, come prepared. I've talked to several people that they're willing to do all that stuff, but they don't know what to do. They don't have the guidance. And I talked to someone, they've been going for like 2.5 months. They're like, I haven't even got an interview. I haven't got a call, but they got the passion. But that's where I just tell them, like, this is where it helps sometimes to have a coach. It helps to have somebody who's lived it, who's got it, the guidance, who gets multiple job offers, who just got a job offer. Like, it's those kind of things that I promise you, I got this down to a science. I can help you, but it's an investment in you. And like, this is the thing I always say, this investment is going to be something that returns you 30, 50x in the first year, guaranteed. And then from there, you go from 30 to 50x or 20 to 50x, because I'm just being honest, prices are rising because I've gotten a lot of demand, and I'm going to cap it at a certain amount, but it is going up. It's a financial investment, but guaranteeing that, like, I know you'll get a job if you do what I'm teaching. And then also from there, coaching you while you're in it, coaching you once you get in. Like, it's not just a one and done. Like, this is a community that I'm building and a program for you guys. But also with that said is I'm just going to speed up the process. Like I said, I got 2 girls in the last 2 weeks. They came in, they knew zero. Just learn about medical device sales. They already got 2 interviews. Compared to I'm talking to someone who's working really hard, that for 2 months, they still don't even have a call. They don't have an interview set. I just talked to someone, they thought about taking the course. It's 4 weeks later. They're like, I'm really discouraged. I haven't got anywhere. I have no interviews. I don't know what to do. And it's like, well, I have this thing that's going to teach you everything to do. You do A, B, and C, you're going to get interview. You do A, B, C, you're going to a final interview. You do A, B, and C, you'll get the job. Like, I have it to a science. I've figured this out. I practice what I preach. As you guys will check out the next episode after this, you will see what I mean by that. But again, you guys, that's what I just want to come to you, and I wanted to show you that because that's what my course is for. But again, it's not for anybody. It's for the people that, like that, they have the passion, they're good to work hard, they're coming prepared, they're good to do stuff, but they just need a little more guidance to get that phone call, to get those interviews, to get through the first interviews. Like I talked to a lot of people. Last thing I'll leave you guys with is getting the interview is the bare minimum. It's good, but it's not great, because anyone can get an interview, right? Anybody who doesn't know what they're doing can get an interview by making the right call. It's just being busy. It's how are you being the 1%? How are you getting job offers? Like at my job I currently have now is there's 180 people who applied in 24 hours. How are you standing out during that? The person I showed on my Instagram the other day, they got a job at Stryker. They beat out 130 people. What are you doing to be that one person, right? And so that's what we teach in the course. So again, if you guys are interested into it, just reach out. The link is in the description. But again, my goal is to help. But again, we don't just take anybody. We'll schedule a Zoom call, whether that's on LinkedIn or Instagram that you guys reach out to me. We'll schedule a Zoom call, make sure it's a good fit for you and and then we'll move from there. But again, it's something I know you guys will get jobs if you guys do what I have in the course. And then the thing also that I think is an undervalued thing is bi-weekly calls. They've gone 2 hours the last 2 weeks. But also you get my cell phone. We talk. It's a personal relationship because you guys are trusting in me and I'm going to trust in you, and we're going to work together. And yesterday I was on a 45-minute phone call while I was driving with one of my students. I got on a 10-minute phone call on the way to the airport with one of my students. I'm texting back and forth. We have an interview set up for one of my students. He just doesn't know it yet because of connections I have. So just going through that world is what I want to say that. So again, I just want you to know I appreciate you guys. If you guys listened to the first episode that I had that came out this morning, I redid this. Like I said, I was a cranky old dude, and I didn't want to come off that way. So I wanted to bring some positive energy, and I'm being better at that. But also, like, you guys just got to experience a fun experience for myself. And it's something that's going to impact my life forever. It's going to be there. And you guys got to be a part of that real time as it happened. And yeah, we'll have podcasts about it in the future because it's pretty great. But I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.